Welcome to the project. Tonight, change your passwords, folks. New details about one of the biggest data hacks in history.
How Whoopi Goldberg is taking Aussie women's sport to the world stage.
And are you ready for Peggy? I don't know if I am. Our centenarian of the week is living life to the fullest.
They do call me Speedy Condori. Well, I go full speed. Bottoms up.
Bottoms up. Get ready for that. And we are also joined by comedians Lizzy Hoo and Dilruk Jayasinha, plus Aussie country star James Johnston.
We grew up when forever was highways together and love was the long way home.
We're live from the lands of the Kulin Nation. She is Georgie Tunney.
I am.
She's Susie Youssef. And I am drunk. Ready to go.
Our final Friday all together. We're thrilled that we can have this desk one last time.
I'm not going to do it. Yes,
you know
absolutely.
What, though? I think do it.
Yeah.
Come on,
Maybe.
Is it?
Maybe. Start the warm-up. Start the warm-up. Before that, let's get into today's top stories. And with the deadline for under 16 social media ban looming, a trial has found that age assurance can be done. According to preliminary findings, there's no significant tech barrier to implementing measures like face and voice scans, but it also found that age verification tools aren't foolproof, and tech-savvy teams are confident they'll find ways around it.
Personally, I think my parents are going to underestimate the lengths that me and my friends will go to. And I don't think they know how innovative we are and how we'll figure out a way.
Matilda, very savvy. US President Donald Trump will hold off attacking Iran for 2 weeks in the hope negotiations can resume over the country's nuclear program. He's warned Iran it needs to end its nuclear capabilities, which have reportedly been severely damaged by Israel. But Iran has ruled out talks while these attacks continue.
The president is saying that he will make a decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks. It's very clear and direct.
Now, netball, loved by fans across this country, but outside the Commonwealth, it's largely unknown. Now, a new landmark deal could see that all change thanks to a Hollywood legend.
People kept saying, no, women aren't interested in this, because I knew that not to be true.
Oh, that's a good start.
A new era for Aussie netball and for women's sport globally.
Let's go. Lifts it high. 2 from 2.
Netball Australia penning a major deal with the new all-women sports network, founded by Hollywood icon Whoopi Goldberg.
Hey, everybody, it's Suncorp Super Netball. I'm so proud to be talking to you right now and thanking you for joining us on AWSN.
The partnership showcasing all 41 Super Netball matches, including finals, on the network.
We feel so grateful that, we're put on a big platform now to be able to be seen worldwide, and I think it's so important for young kids who are playing the game that if you can't see it, you can't be it.
And Whoopi's global reach is massive. Launching late last year, the new network already reaches 900 million households. That's 2 billion individual viewers across 65 countries.
This is absolutely the era for netball. We can achieve anything, and we have got big, bold ambitions to be that across the world. Nothing better than a sister act. I think this is the partnership we needed to have.
I just watched you play, and I see your fans are they're loving you. And so we want to make sure that we put you everywhere in the world so everybody knows about you.
Also on offer, the big hitters, basketball, football and hockey, plus the lesser-known disc golf, table tennis and roller derby, but perhaps the most unfamiliar around the world, still netball.
When we first engaged with the group, it was a really interesting first exchange. So does this game get played with a basketball? And so we had to describe that, no, it's similar, it's round and it gets passed amongst team members and it's truly a team sport. But really, we've got new fans and that's what we're aiming to do with this partnership from here on in.
So with netball now shooting goals on a global stage, are there any limits to the heights it could reach?
There it is again. Just 2 good.
I love everything about this. You could say Whoopi. She loves it. She loves it. She loves it. Project favourite and netball legend Liz Ellis is... Oh, sorry, did I have Rove Sings on my bingo card? I didn't. Liz Ellis is here to talk more about the big news. Liz, you've spoken a lot about the league needing to stop being humble, accept its greatness. Has the time come?
Oh, the time has come, and this is the start of the time for us. So we've got enormous ambitions for Suncorp Super Netball. This is just the start. But what a way to start. You know, Whoopi Goldberg loving her netball. We're going to turn her into a big fan.
Liz Ellis, first of all, I love you. Second of all, Whoopi Goldberg, how did she find out about this?
Well, actually, her team discovered netball on our socials. So, you know, the Super Netball socials are posting clips all the time, and they saw it and went, this is a sport we have to have. So they actually got in touch. And Georgie Tunny, I love you too.
Well,
so you can come and play with me whenever you like on a Friday night.
It was actually Susie Yusuf, so that's totally fine.
No, we are morphing into the same person, Liz.
Yeah,
so
we're
okay.
basically twins.
Susie, well, this is true. I can't tell you apart. And Susie, you are magnificent as well. But look, Whoopi's team saw us on social, absolutely wanted to reach out. They did. And after the first meeting, we sent across a heap of merch and they were hooked. So, yeah, and the rest is really history, and here we are.
This is the voice of Rove. I love merch.
Yes.
This is the voice of Susie Yusuf again, and I have to ask, have you invited Whoopi to come over and watch a game in person, and do you need a wing defence here if you need?
Well, I have many friends who play wing defence who tell me, Susie, it's the most important position on the court. So, and you would argue that you are at the most important seat on the project. So there you go. I think there's a correlation there.
Hey.
There are moves afoot to try and get Whoopi to the Suncorp Super Netball Grand Final. So, and I'm accepting bribes about who might sit with me when we sit and chat netball.
Liz, you know I'm famous for my mathematics. I've got some numbers for you. Firstly, the bribe, I would love to be there. Secondly, this is going to be broadcast in 65 countries. I mean, are we finally going to see netball become truly a global sport?
Yeah, look, and we are already in terms of participation. This is just becoming global for our reach in broadcast. But, you know, we're played in over 50 countries, in every continent except Antarctica, but I do hear the Penguins are practising their footwork and their ball skills as we speak.
Boom.
But this is a massive opportunity, not just financially, just in terms of reach, but also, you know, we're also looking at Brisbane 2032. And one of the things we have to show to become an Olympic sport is a global reach, and this is a terrific step in that direction. So the sky's the limit. You know, first Australia and the Commonwealth countries in the world. Look out, universe, here comes netball.
Oh, Queen Liz, with you at the helm, anything is possible. Thank you so much for joining us. And congrats, this is huge! Thanks, team.
Very exciting. You know what else is exciting? The South Australian Police today launched a new road safety campaign.
Very exciting.
Oh, who doesn't love a road safety campaign? Though I'm not sure that the wording was as compassionate as it could have been.
Really, once you've got your licence, then losing your licence, we're saying, you know, it sucks to be you.
Oh.
Okay. Harsh but fair. Sometimes that's how you need to be. Now, this cop who was sending the message, I don't think he quite understands for all the young people who've lost their licence how this is actually going to work.
How are you going to get to work? How are you going to feel about mum or dad dropping you off to sport or footy practice? How are you going to feel about that date that you might have had that you were looking forward to that you then have to have a chaperone to drive you to and pick you up from?
Oh.
Yeah, because what's an Uber? And I know some of you are wondering, well, this must come with an ad campaign, right? Well, it does. And before you ask, yes, it's as creepy as you can imagine.
Just after asking Kira out on a date, I lost my licence. She was pretty shocked when I came to the door with my old man driving. And yeah, no second date. Losing your licence sucks pretty bad.
Okay, so, shocked that Dad dropped me off, or shocked that I had the body of a baby and just shit my pants? Maybe that's why you didn't get a second date.
I feel like you could have given us 3,000 guesses for how that ad was going to go. And I'm pretty firm I wouldn't have said that way, would you?
No, but points for flexibility.
Yeah, so right.
Yeah, you know what will make people young people more responsible behind the wheel? Giant head on a baby's body. I kind of would want that.
Yeah, I know.
I kind of would
it could
want
be a
that.
thing. We've got to take a break, but we'll be right back.
Are we recording? Are we recording? Yeah, sorry, we don't have the clip. We don't have the clip. Yeah, look at this. When you've only got a week left on air, you bring puppies into the office for everybody. Look at this. What a wonderful day. Sometimes you don't need news, you just need footage of tiny dogs.
Yes, they were the best.
Can I pat that dog? I want to pat that dog.
They were the best little things that just made everyone's heart sore.
Oh, you know what else, Will? Time to boot scoot with our next guest. James Johnston is a homegrown country music sensation.
Back to a small town, homebound, back to what I know.
The ARIA nominee has taken Tamworth by storm, racked up 130 million streams, and is the proud owner of not one, but 2 Golden Guitar Awards. Now hot off the back of 26 weeks atop the country album chart, James is bringing the hits for 2 of his biggest shows yet.
We're all singing to the same songs.
Would you please welcome James Johnston? James, we first met you on Idol as a teenager way back in like 2009. Then we know you from X Factor as well. Where you were a different kind of artist then. How's the journey been to country?
It's been a long one, I'll tell you that. Honestly, that feels like such a lifetime ago. You know, I've always been doing country. I started country when I was 4 years old, and you know, for me, it was kind of a journey to trying different styles of music.
Look at you with no pubic hair on your face.
Yeah, you're so tiny.
I haven't seen this footage for a very long time.
So adorable.
Yeah. I was trying all these different styles and genres of music at that time, but it was always country at the core of it, to be honest. I think everyone around me always said, when are you going to get back to country? So I'm finally here.
Does it feel like it's the right fit for you now? Like when you first get back out in front of a country-loving audience, what's that difference feel like for you?
There's no feeling like that, honestly. I grew up in the country. I spent my whole life growing up on a farm. Like, my parents sold tractors, you know. It was in the blood for me. And now, you know, I'm back living on a property with my family as well. So, you know, I just get to tell my story, and I feel like they're, you know, my people.
What are the crowds like? I've done, like, stand-up outside of the city. I bloody love it. What's it like performing country music with people out in the country?
It's the best thing in the world. Country people, like, we're a special breed. No. Mate, occasionally, let's be honest.
You're getting a bit of flashing going on.
The guys in the band always, always have that little. But, you know, there's always plenty of beer. I'll tell you that one. We always drink too much, but it always makes for a good time. So I'll promise you, country crowds are the best crowds.
Well, you're making massive waves here, but you're also huge in South Africa. How did that happen?
Yeah, that's been a crazy experience, to be honest. I didn't really plan on that happening. You know, growing up in a little town, you never think about being in South Africa doing country music, right? But I was over there 6 months ago, and I put out a song with my buddy called Apple, and we put the song out. And that day, I was playing in a stadium, and there was about 45,000 people in this stadium that were playing in South Africa, and it was just such a crazy experience to be standing there. It was a bit of out of body experience, to be honest. You know, thinking, you know, how did I end up here, to be honest?
Yeah, but you're also part of the, I think it was an awards night, which was in complete Afrikaans. Like, how do you navigate that?
Cluelessly. I have no idea what they're saying. I'm just waiting for the award when they say, James Johnston. I was like, that's me, let's do it. The rest of it, I had no idea what they were saying.
Did you have to perform or make an acceptance speech in Afrikaans?
Well, luckily everyone speaks English as well, and everyone accommodates for me when I'm over there. So it's Afrikaans, but everyone has a second language of English, so it still works.
Okay.
And now you're heading into some gigs back home. 2 massive gigs. You've got a Brisbane one, a Sydney one. Tell us about that.
Yeah, finally. I'm excited to bring a bit of country music to the city. It's Night at the Parklands, and which is happening in Brisbane, and then Night at the Barracks, which is happening in Sydney. And what's exciting, it's kind of like a festival, but over the course of 2 weeks, and each artist gets their own night, and like some iconic Australian artists are a part of this. You know, Missy Higgins, Icehouse, Amy Shark, and plus so many more. But I'm excited. It's been the first year they're doing country music.
Will you get to meet them?
Well, probably not. They're going to be doing
different nights?
The other nights.
It's not like a festival lineup.
No.
This is like people are coming to see you. You've got this whole space to yourself. That must be a little overwhelming.
It's exciting. To be honest. No, I'm excited.
Stadiums in Africa.
No, it is. Honestly, what I'm excited about is that they've done this event for 4 years in Sydney, and this is the first year they're doing country music. And I'm honestly proud to be flying the flag for country music in the city. It's country music's having a moment at the moment, and I'm excited to be a part of that.
It's the storytelling. It's the storytelling behind country music, you know.
Don't get us started.
I love it.
James is performing at both Night at the Parkland and in Brisbane and Night at the Barracks in Sydney. You can head to our website for details. In the meantime, thank you, James Johnston. It sure is. Dilruk Jayasinha has been part of the Project's family for years, and let's be honest, it's because he's a bloody all-rounder.
On paper, I'm not afraid to admit it, I'm a catch. Yeah, think about it. I'm rich, intelligent, and ethnic. That's a good combo. Oh, what a recipe. But then in real life, you find out I'm not that rich, I'm not that intelligent and ethnic. I'm pretty white. Like, I genuinely love butter chicken, and I publicly talk about my mental health. That's some white ass shit.
Would you please welcome Dilruk Jayasinha? Do you still think you're a catch, though, before we get into
Well, since that was taped, let's see what has happened. I've turned 40. I've got a severe back issue called a disc extrusion. I've had a heart attack.
Yeah.
So really an absolute catch. Like, and the disc extrusion, I got told by a doctor that for the rest of my life, forever, whenever I sneeze, I have to brace my core. Like, how many women are turned on by seeing their partner at the kitchen bench going...
What if you don't? What'll happen?
Well, this is the thing, that my back can spasm out. But here's the catch-22 rule of McManus. If I strain too much, my inguinal hernia pops out. Yeah, because I got one of those as well. And I have to push it back in, and it makes this wet fart goes like a... Yeah. So imagine, like, when things get intimate, you're taking off your sexy lingerie, I'm putting on my Velcro back brace belt, strapping myself in, going, do all the work, but be careful as you go up and down, because Hernando might pop out, and we can push it in or call it a threesome. Up to you. You know.
An inguinal hernia?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
It sounds like pasta, but it's not. It's in the in the knob area. It's this tiny little squishy thing.
You got a knob hernia?
Yeah.
Well done.
It's not... the tiny little squishy thing isn't knob, what I'm talking about, by the way. It's the hernia. But funny enough, 4 weeks ago, I got that operated on. And? So I'm apparently good enough to be on live TV.
100% catch.
Yeah. Back on.
Thanks for making an effort to dress up tonight, too. You put your best Robin... Boy Wonder outfit on.
How
we appreciate it.
This is Eminem's interpretation of Robin in his music video without me.
Of course.
No, because I used to come on the show always, and I've hosted the show always in a full suit, Susie, as you know, I like to dress up. But I thought, why bother now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I genuinely have nothing to plug or anything like that because, I might as well, like, I'm not earning any money this year. I'm taking the year off to focus on my health. So I might plug my brother's website. It's called Lazy But Smart Sinhala. And, you know, you can learn Sinhala on there, or there's Lazy But Smart Hindi. But no, the truth is, I can't do my hair. Normally we have professional hair and makeup, but I had to keep it au natural because I got this hair regrowth injection. It's called PRP.
Stop flirting with everyone.
I know. No, because, and people think I'm doing it because I'm single or, you know, need to look good for telly. But the truth is, I don't want to lose my party trick, which is that I can move my hairline.
Wow.
Look at that. Oh, how good is that? Like, it looks like a wig, but not. It's just... The delayed response is the beauty of Josh Earl as warm-up, just going, come on, let my mate have this moment.
They were stunned by just how
it is quite a
that's
trick,
such a
isn't it?
talent.
Yeah.
They're probably just trying to compose themselves from how turned on they are by everything that preceded that.
That's understandable.
Shockingly, you went viral when you first came on the show.
Yes.
Not shockingly.
Yeah.
With this, have a look at this clip.
My dad's a Buddhist and my mom's a Muslim. So they're still very religious, but religious enough to marry outside the faith. And for some reason, they sent me to a Catholic school as well, but that's it wasn't too bad, though. It helped when I was praying, because I'd start off praying to Lord Buddha and then tap into the other two if I needed some extra help, you know. Felt like I had access, like, you know, as if they'd subscribed to, like, Netflix, Stan, iTunes, all of it. I just switched between the lot.
So what? Your life changed presumably after that.
No, well, what happened was someone grabbed that clip illegally and then shared it on WhatsApp. And it went viral on WhatsApp in Sri Lanka. And the cool, and I still think it's one of the coolest things that's ever happened to our family, is that my dad got sent it from one of his mates saying, hey, you should check out the Sri Lankan comedian that's over in Australia. And my dad was like, actually, that's my son. So that was very nice. And look, the project's always been a special place for me, in terms of, like I said, you used to dress up and care. And but also sometimes things have backfired. As much as my parents were supportive, there have been times where they've maybe less excited about sharing what I've done. Like this, I think we've got a clip here.
You've got your own clip.
Very quickly to show a photo on Instagram. Yeah. Everyone can just look at it. It's on Instagram. Yeah. It's just bloody hilarious. You posted this. Oh. But we just had to show this photo.
I personally think, though, that is magical. To be able to get my bum on national TV.
Absolutely. You've got a frangipani right in the cleft, right in the crack there. That can't be easy to do.
People had discovered that the crack was actually photoshopped. We covered the crack a little bit at the bottom there, because otherwise, how big is my back? You know what I mean? I had to Photoshop a little.
Yeah, when it gets to the point of I can see his hernia. That's not good.
Dil, you're a numbers man. Do
Yes.
you know how many times you've been on this show?
No, and for
If
a
you had
number,
to
she's
guess?
saying numbers man because I used to be an accountant, not because she's stereotyping brown people. I used to be an accountant, not just a money cruncher, but a curry munching money cruncher. So very much. That was what my business card used to say. I don't know how many times. I hosted, I think, 3 times. And then I think I've been here as a guest 4. I want to say.
Oh,
No.
well, I was going to say 65.
Oh, you're just asking me.
No, I was really just asking.
Right.
It's 138 times.
Congratulations. Enjoy taking over the mantle when we're gone.
I can't wait. It's very sweet.
Well, but for the last time.
No, genuinely though, it's again all silliness aside. Like most people in my generation, I'm similar to you, Susie, grew up watching the OC, and from the OC it went to Rove Live. And this, in spite of us being mates, might be the first time you're hosting and me being a guest. So this is my Rove Live experience coming finally through. So it's very exciting.
Dilruk Jayasinha, everybody. Thank you. When it comes to passwords, are you a 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of guy, or more of a password is my password kind of person? Well, either way, you now might be a good time to think about changing that, because after one of the biggest password leaks in history, you could be in trouble. A massive 16 billion passwords hacked worldwide. And almost none of us are safe, with sites like Apple, Telegram, Facebook and Google all hit.
There's very likely a significant portion of the world's internet-using population in one file.
The cyber attack's following a familiar pattern as hackers first steal the website URL, then the user's login details before ultimately taking their password. The sheer scale involved meaning millions are at risk. Aussies left with no idea whether they're caught up. Google warning its 2 billion Gmail users, change your password immediately.
What occurs when we get a new dump, they're used to then target accounts of the existing user, either to try and get their identity. They either get sold online, anywhere from $1 to a couple of $100.
And as investigators work to figure out who's behind the hack, more certain is how they did it: malware.
Malware is the modern term that we use to describe computer viruses. So the initial point of compromise for a lot of people is because they've accidentally clicked on a phishing link, they've entered their credentials into a fake website, they've downloaded malicious software unintentionally and installed it on their systems.
So is password protection now just an illusion? And if so, how do we keep ourselves and our data safe?
It is inevitable that passwords will be lost. What we can do to prevent this is making sure we're choosing long password phrases, we're using multi-factor authentication, and we're using services to tell us when passwords have been lost in data breaches.
I have said only 2 days ago.
I was just changing my
Were you
password.
changing? I was going to say, listen, you had your phone out and I'm like, he's doing it. You're doing it right now.
Because I'm one of those people who, I'm terrible with this, because it's like, change your password, and I'm like, okay, it's like, you've already used that password. I'm like, what am I meant to do?
I hate it. I've said many times on this program previously my hatred for passwords. Only 2 days ago, I was like, when I had to change yet another password because I had probably been a target of this breach. I was like, why can't you just take my face? Which I know it's probably
It's
also
a great face.
not
No, it's not good. It's not good
good?
because I can open my sister. Sorry, Anne. I can open my sister's phone with my face.
Really?
Yeah.
It's got to be more secure though than like the 1, 2, 3,
Not
4.
in my family.
What's Anne hiding?
Well, let me tell you, there's a lot.
So have you ever woken up to your sister holding her phone or your phone in front of your face while you're asleep?
I have
no reason.
secrets. None at all. But seriously, she's like, get my face off your face. Just that's enough. Like, don't do that anymore. But it does happen. There's a few of us who can do it in the family. I hate it. I honestly don't even try and remember passwords. I'm just like, forgot password immediately.
Yeah,
Well, people say you should get one of those password keychain app things, which I have, but I've just forgotten my password to get into
I know,
it.
it's honestly, it's a vicious cycle.
What if the show got taken off air right now and that was the last joke I ever got to do? That's on the bingo card! We got bingo cards. I don't care anymore. This show's for us now.
I do declare our first decree as the show being for us.
Yes.
We're going to talk to a hero because a Sydney tradie is being hailed one after bravely rushing in to rescue an elderly woman from her burning Smithfield home. Omar Masri was driving to work when he saw smoke and stopped to investigate. The 24-year-old managed to get the woman out just moments before the roof collapsed.
Come, you're not going to die inside, come. The fire is big, come. Yeah, they're coming now.
And that tradie, Omar Masri, is with us now. Omar, now if I see a house on fire, my first thought is, get away. Yours is, I'm going to run in. Now, I know you're not a firefighter, so talk us through your thinking.
First thing, I had to park my car, got my car down, and I was standing right there. I was making sure everyone's okay, and I seen one person that was next to the electricity box, and he was playing with the power. I was turning it off, and I was telling him, what's the go? What's happening? He goes, you got to get the car out. I'm like, are you sure there's no one inside? He goes, my mum's in the house. And then while he was reversing the car, he was yelling, Mum, come out. And then I was like, man, she's not going to hear him. So I ran upstairs, and then I just seen her struggling. I'm like to her, you all right? She goes, I'm not coming out. I'm staying where I am. I'm like to her, no, you're coming out. And then, yeah, went from there.
So you're trying to rescue someone from a burning house and they are saying, leave me alone?
Yeah, basically, she's telling me, leave me alone. She wants to stay there.
So, Omar, once you got inside, how did you manage to convince her to come out?
To be honest, God's work. I was telling her, the house is burning. And then I was like, she goes, sorry, fire brigade? I'm like, yeah, the fire brigade are coming. And then she just came out.
So run me through. So again, if I'm sitting there going, there's a house on fire, oh my gosh, I think someone's inside, I'm running in, where does the phone come into it? I would have thought it would restrict your ability to help a person.
No, to be honest, these days, your phone always has to be in your hand. You never know what goes wrong or what they accuse you of.
That makes sense. So you can prove that you were doing the right thing. We have some tremendous footage to show on the program. And also, when you get to work, your mates know you weren't just bullshitting that you were running late and slept in.
100%. I had something to prove.
How's your family reacted to this, though, Omar? They must have believed you. Like, what kind of things are they saying?
My dad's over the moon. Yeah, he's so happy, he's so proud.
Hey, one last question, Omar. As a tradie, is your job a sparky?
Nah, my job's a carpenter.
Ah, see, you knew that roof was looking a bit shaky.
I know wood, and that wood is burning.
Yeah.
I told him 100%. In my head, I was thinking they should have done double brick.
Crushed it. Thank you, Omar. You're a superstar.
You're a star.
Thank you so much.
Cool, calm and collected.
Look, I love talking to people who know their stuff. And Adelaide Infrastructure Minister Nick Champion, we all know he knows his stuff. So when he's talking about the sewer system, he's revealed maybe a little bit too much about his stuff.
Look, everybody wakes up in the morning and we all flush our toilet at basically the same time, and then an hour later at Bolivar, 80% of Adelaide's sewerage arrives in a big wave.
Yeah. You can just imagine them sitting there at the sewer plant going, here it comes. Punami!
Oh. Imagine the surfers, not today.
Well, there's mine. I really don't care anymore.
An Aussie mama has copped plenty of flack for bringing cleaning supplies as a secret present, that's what she calls it, when she attends a child's birthday party. The Perth mum told TikTok she doesn't like bringing regular gifts, which could be considered clutter or, quote, end up in landfill.
I like to bring a bag of rags, cleaning rags to wipe up sticky messes. Bring dishwashing detergent because you can bet your boots that the parents may have run out of dishwashing liquid. So that's my present for a kid's birthday party, a bag of rags. Does anyone else do like that?
No. There's more project on the way. Stick around.
Honestly, the absolute highlight of the week. Yes, sitting at this desk with Rove and Susie for the last time, but also those puppies that got to come into
How many
our
of those
office
are
today.
you going to buy and take home for Robert Mills's birthday today, Georgie?
At least one. Maybe.
Oh my
goodness.
He has
Robert,
no idea.
do not message me. It's not confirmed. Now, the days are short and the nights are cold, so it's the perfect time to warm up with our weekend weather forecaster. It's Satellite Susie!
That's right, Georgie Tunny. The winter solstice is upon us and we're about to enter the longest, darkest night of the year. And you better believe I mean literally and metaphorically. Jokes! There's no such thing as bad weather, just a bad attitude, right? Sydney got the good vibes memo. Look at you. Late teens with a sunny disposition. I remember it well. Low 40s with a cloudy but medicated future. Not me at all. Melbourne, you are looking KOLD cold. So hold your colleagues close for warmth. You never know when they'll be gone. Or when HR will say, stop hugging your colleagues, please, Susan. Brisbane, you're looking pretty good, 22 and 23 with some fluffy white guys. Don't worry though, everyone experiences a bit of cloud in their early 20s, but take it from me, cutting a fringe ain't gonna fix it. You barely have a forehead, Susan. Perth, you're 19 and noticing that all of your friends are moving to the East Coast. What you're not noticing is the West Coast weather because you're all in Bali. Woo! Adelaide, you're going to be sunny and rainy and cloudy and sunny again whilst questioning your life choices but also realising that there is no right or wrong way to live. This is a random lottery of meaningless tragedies and a series of near escapes. Reality bites, anyone? Hobart, tops of 17 and bottoms of 7 with minimal cloud coverage. And speaking of bottoms with minimal coverage, the dark mofo nude swim is on tomorrow. So while the sun might be hiding, you will get to see many, many moons. The People's Republic of Roundabouts will hit a top of 14 and lows of, brace yourself, that would be -4, more like Canberra. It's cold in here. There must be some toros in the atmosphere. Another movie quote. Oh, Susan, how's the bottom of the barrel going? Finally to the NT, hot and 31, but enough about the character descriptions of roles that I'm going to be auditioning for. Darwin weather is also very good. So where will you be able to find Satellite Susie after next Friday? Well, turns out she was in our hearts all along. Take care, pack a cardigan and say hi to your thermometer for me.
Just in here.
Always.
Speaking of forecasts, we never thought the day would come that our centenarians would actually outlive us as a program. But here we are. We are going out with a bang, and we are going out with this positively divine woman. Peggy Tucker has a need for speed.
I say as fast as you can go.
She'd really give Tom Cruise a run for his money.
Action.
Bam! We're underway. I've got to ask you, because there'll be viewers watching at home and they won't believe your age. How old are you, Peggy?
Well, I'm 104. And in July the 16th, which is in a few weeks' time, I'll be 105.
From choppers to Ferraris, she's even hopped on a hog. And how old were you with the Harley Davidson?
I was 103.
Oh, wow.
Well, I could get on the bike, of course.
Yeah, well,
I couldn't cut my leg over to get on the bike. So I got in the sidecar.
Have you always been a little bit of an adrenaline junkie?
I think I probably have.
Yeah.
Because when I was young, we travelled about a lot.
After the First World War, her family were part of a travelling group. They'd travel from fairground to fairground.
It's like a circus, but with all kinds of shows and hooplas and clowns.
But you loved the fairground life?
I loved it.
Yeah.
We were all a lovely community. You know what I mean? We were all one big family, and we all looked after one another. Yes, if there's any problems, you'd always got help.
A mantra that followed Peggy into her career as a Red Cross nurse during World War II. What kinds of things did you see?
We went out when the bombs were dropped. You'd go and you'd see houses flattened down, and you heard cries of people for help. Some lived through it, some died. And it was a very traumatic experience. But you did it because you were taught to do it.
What do you remember about the day that the war ended?
Oh, everybody was up in arms. They were, crying and laughing and streamers all round. It was a ball.
Wow.
Yes, it was a ball to think that everything's going to be all right again.
Serving as a nurse is where she met her soon-to-be husband, Stan, who worked for St John Ambulance. What was it about him that you loved?
He was very kind, always doing, good things.
The pair had 2 sons, and Peggy continued to work as a nurse until she retired at 61, when she decided to follow one of her sons to Australia.
Well, I mean, it's more or less, in a way, something similar to England. They have little different sayings for different things, I've found.
Like what?
I used to love going round markets, and I used to say, oh, I love rooting round markets. Well, I was told rooting is not a very nice word.
Rooting means something different.
Which I didn't know. So don't say rooting. So you learn.
You learn.
You're never too old to learn.
And you're never too old for a good Baileys, according to Peggy.
I've never smoked. I tried when I was 18. Didn't like it. Never smoked. I like a drink if I go to a party and that. And I also have a little nipple at home.
Oh.
I like Baileys cream.
Okay. Delicious.
And I have it with milk, but I have it a long drink. Got to be shook up.
You could be a bartender.
Do you think somebody will give me a job?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh. It's good.
You can't taste the Baileys, can you?
Not yet, no.
No.
I got it then.
But it's still good for you.
Yeah, it's good for you. And over her almost 45 years down under, she's graced our TV screens not once, but thrice. Her debut in the 90s on Hey Hey It's Saturday, performing the song Londoner in Red Faces.
I won.
You won Red Faces?
I won Red Faces.
Oh my God, what did you win?
$500.
Do you remember the song?
Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London town.
Peggy, that was in tune. That's in tune. That's very good. I can see why you won. Yes.
Peggy Tucker!
Not to mention her most recent history-making appearance on Deal or No Deal, where she became the oldest contestant ever.
Oh, no, dear.
Is that how you became best friends with Grant Denyer?
Oh, he's lovely, bless him. Oh, he's a gorgeous chappie.
And she left $7,500 richer.
Oh, I think we'll take it.
We get...
Is there something you would still like to do?
One thing I would have liked to have done...
Yes?
You know these scooters that are on the water?
Oh, like a jet ski?
Yes, I thought, now, I wouldn't mind having a go at that. But I've been told that can be a bit dangerous.
Well, we could just tape you to one. You could be with someone else. We'll strap you in. You'll be fine.
Well, that'd be all right. Yeah. If that sounds nice, I can do my scooter. Why can't I do that?
And for Peggy, there's no slowing her down, especially if she's on her scooter.
They're easy to drive as long as you're careful. They do call me Speedy Condori.
I knew it. I was about to ask you. I was like, hang on a second, because you like motorbikes, so how fast are we going on the scooter?
They do. But if I'm close to anybody or I'm in a shopping centre, I go very steady.
Okay. If you're not close to anyone?
Well, I go full speed. Bottoms up.
Bottoms up! And that's been Cocktails with Peggy and Georgie.
Good watch.
Yes,
So at 104. Is Peggy the oldest centenarian that we've had?
Yes, she's the oldest centenarian that I've got to sit down and interview. She turns 105 next month as well. That is the final centenarian in our series, and I just have to have a huge shout out to our EP, Chris Bendel, this was his brainchild this whole series, and also the gorgeous producers, Sarah Carson and Renee Auckland, who have helped me put all of that together. It's been absolutely beautiful.
And for someone to be that's what it takes. Someone has to be that old for Grant Denyer to be taller than him. Amazing. We'll be back with more after this. This is the project, but Georgie should have said. Our next guest, I'm taking it over. I'm just milking it for everything that's left. Our next guest really can make anything funny.
I've got good news. Dad, his name's Chan. Last year he recovered from prostate cancer. Yes, he did. In Mum's words, we'll never get rid of him. He recovered so well because he took his treatment really seriously, right? He put turmeric on his Weet-Bix. He was shelving Brazilian nuts. He's getting radiation as well, or as he liked to call it, Star Wars on his dick. What is happening at that hospital?
That's a fair question. Fair question.
Please welcome Lizzy Hoo. That's great. I love that.
That's true. That's all true.
Now, I find as a comic, sometimes you have to... There are certain things you just let it go. Other times you have to check with family that they're okay with that being said in a public place. How was that one in particular?
My tip is never check. Ask for forgiveness. My family's pretty good. Like, I tell everything about them, pretty much. But Dad loves it. He loves the attention.
It's a great line. Star Wars on the dick is a great line.
I know. And there he is. He said it so nonchalantly, like, when he first said it. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to go get my Star Wars. And I said to Mum, I was like, what is the Star Wars? She's like, oh, that's what he calls radiation. And I'm like, OK, that's hilarious. And then I just, made a joke about it.
How's he doing?
He's great. Yeah, he's recovered now. It's all good.
Would it swing the other way almost, that if he went to a show of yours and he wasn't mentioned, he'd be upset?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Like, I tell him before he comes to the show, like, so I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to say this, and he lights up. He's like, I'm on show here. He even said to me the other day, because he plays guitar, and he said to me the other day, so when I close for your next show, I'm going to play this song. I'm like, sure, come on tour.
Yeah.
And I'm working on some new Star Wars material.
Yeah. He's obviously so proud of you. And I think that you're proud of you because you posted on Instagram recently a 9-year comedy anniversary.
Isn't that a bit earnest for a comedian?
Lovely.
It's beautiful. You got to celebrate your wins. I know. I used to work in the office. I was the girl that they... Yep, that's me. I was the girl. They're like, the printer's not working, Lizzy, fix it. And I would come over and, like, you know, take a few of the drawers out and turn it off and on and stuff like that. That was me. Yeah.
So you're an engineer.
Exactly.
Yes.
Photocopy engineer.
You are an international comedian. You know, you've been all over. The last time I think you were on, you'd come back from Bali. And if I am not mistaken, you had done 800 minutes of massages on that trip?
Yeah, that's 13.
Is that right?
That's more than 13 hours.
Yeah.
It's more than the flight there and back.
How does that come about? What's that for?
Well, when you holiday alone, there's not a lot you can do. And it's like, OK, 5 o'clock, I'll go get my massage. And then you just clock up all these massage hours.
But you just got back from Sri Lanka. Did you get any massages?
I counted it up. 420. 420, yeah, 420 minutes of massage. I know. The Sri Lankan massage, a little bit different, very oily, I will warn you.
Is it the walking on one?
No, I didn't walk, but that one lady was like, oh, can I put oil in your hair? And I went, OK, lean in, you know, whatever. And she just got a bowl and went, like, poured it in there and... Yeah, I mean,
correct response, audience.
It felt great, but afterwards I was like a little slip and slide. I was oily.
Now I want to ask, because one of my favourite things about you is when you travel, you're a merch person. I've recently got into this myself. When you stop anywhere, you buy a shirt or a hat. You do it without it being daggy, though.
I'm a dad.
But you do it without being daggy. What's the tip?
Oh, I love merch. I'm leaning it, but I found it. I talk to my friends, and it's all my friends' husbands who are into the merch.
Oh, OK.
I know. So I feel almost like, I guess this is what we're doing. I've got some Some
What do you
merch.
got?
Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
Guys,
Is any of it
this
about
is from
Rome?
this is the latest haul that I got
Okay.
on holiday.
Okay,
I feel like
I'm ready.
this is Auntie Lizzie's slideshow, everyone. I got this Sri Lanka knife.
That's cool. Beautiful.
That's cool.
Beautiful.
Classy.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes,
beautiful.
yes.
And then this
Classy
one.
is
This
the
one
word.
is my favourite though. It's from Komodo Island.
Oh,
Yes. That is good. That is
Komodo
good.
dragon.
The Komodo dragon.
Half a Komodo dragon.
Well, very
How good
quickly,
is
because
that?
we are having to wrap up. But is there a special criteria that you use for this? What does it have to have?
Oh, it's just got to be daggy. Yeah. It's got to be daggy
You
and
make
better.
it cool.
Well, you can
Daggy
catch
and
Lizzie at Melbourne's Replay Festival this July and August. Ticket information's on our website. Thank you, Lizzy.
That's it for tonight. Thank you, Georgie. Thank you, Susie. See you 6 o'clock for the Sunday Project.